Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. When trying to put priority into what you, Shaykh Efendi, have said, say as far as reading our book, what do we do if we feel other things are pulling us in our community, such as Quran classes, fiqh classes, or dawah? How do we not get fooled by our ego and others? The ulema keep insisting that everyone should be active in the community, but it's hard to know what is our role.
Alhamdulillah. This is why you're following a Shaykh, so that you know your role exactly. The way of tasawwuf is different. The way of tariqat, it is different from the way of shariat. You are doing everything what the shariat is telling you, but you're not concentrating on the outside. You're concentrating on ihsan, on the beauty of what you do. You're not concentrating, for example, to memorize the Quran. You're concentrating on having the adab of the Quran, the beauty of the Quran, understanding what is the meaning of the Quran in its deepest way by the Holy Prophet ﷺ and by our Shaykh, and to have that Quranic adab. If people are pushing you to go learn this, do this, do this, you're a murid. We're saying one thing, they're saying another thing. Am I going to force you to listen to me? No. You may go if you want. But you're following now. I'm following my Shaykh. Of course, these days people forget their promise. Bayat is like anything. Today is like this, tomorrow is like that. There's no promise. But you take promise. The Shaykh is saying, this is what you're going to concentrate on. Once upon a time, they say, I don't need to look at anything else. This is enough for me. Once upon a time, the murids are even saying, I don't need to read anything. I must only read my Shaykh's sohbats. Everything is there. This is coming from belief. They believe. And they say, the ego is going to say, what do you mean? You think everything is in there? What about this? What about that? And they say, shut up to the ego. Just for them saying shut up to the ego and fighting against the ego, saying now I'm going to fast. I'm only going to do something. I'm going to put my mind into a different sort of seclusion to read only my Shaykh's ego, books and the sohbats. My ego is going to go crazy, but I'm going to tell him, move aside. All this time I'm listening to you. Now let me do something else. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. The Sahaba-i-Kiram, they had to do that. Even when they had knowledge, they had to do that. Even when they had Hazrat Umar, he had a copy of the Tawrat al-Sharif in front of him, and he was reading it. And the Prophet ﷺ saw him reading it and saying, what is that, Ya Umar? Of course he knew. But this is for us, so that we all know. Hazrat Umar says, this is Tawrat al-Sharif of Musa. And the Prophet ﷺ said, Ya Umar, if Musa was alive, he will be reading my book. He will be following my way. You understand? So now, this is the way of tariqat. You follow it, good things will happen to you. So, this is a matter also, like I said before, putting things aside. Everything is going to tell you, because you grow up, most people, they grow up listening to every voice out there telling them what. No one, until we met our Shaykh, has said, no, this is my guide. I'm going to follow this one. Some, they are trying to put doubt. They say, well, no one man knows everything. So what happened to the Prophet? Not this world. He knows knowledges of thousands of worlds and knowledges of the divine. Prophets, they know. Awliya Allah, they know when it is necessary for them. They will not claim anything. But we know how our Shaykh is. Some expert coming, saying a couple of things, trying to impress people. Shaykh, and he says, but what about this, what about that? He tied them up already. So many people telling you, this is the way of Islam and this is the way of tariqat too. To say, this voice now, this is not my Shaykh, he's my butcher. My butcher is just going to give me good meat. This is not my Sheikh. This is my, let's say, friend. This is not my Sheikh. This is my father. This is my mother. Your Sheikh, your guide is something else. He is the one who is in front of you representing the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Now if you now understand that and you say, everything else can take a back seat, this one I'm going to hold on to. That time you'll find Siratul Mustaqim. Hold on. Which is not to say, the Shaykh is going to say, don't listen to no one, don't listen. You go to doctor, what did doctor say? Don't listen to him. Where else you go? You go to market, don't listen to him. No real Shaykh is going to say that. He's going to make you to understand now what is real knowledge, what is information, what is coming from ego, what is coming from shaitan, and to use it properly. You understand? So those ones who are confusing you, doing all these things, that is not in this way, we don't expect them to be in this way because they're not in this way anyway. Don't you know, in 1400 years, the ulama have always been, majority of the time, until the Ottomans, the alim and the ulama, they've always been against the tariqat. Until the time of the Ottomans, majority of them, they're against the tariqat, against the Sufism, against the tasawwuf. And now we're coming back to that point now. May Allah guide us, inshallah. Make it easy for you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Fatiha.